Have fun, darling.
You're having cake for someone's birthday this morning, aren't you?
Hey, lucky you. You have to bring some home for Daddy, won't you? I've got to skip down to get some feed.
All right, well, if you're back soon enough, why don't you pop in the Woolly and do the lunchtime shift?
Sounds like a date.
See you there.
See you later on. Bye-bye.
I need to talk to you.
Well, I'm a bit busy this morning.
It's important.
Well, I guess we could nip over there for a quick coffee.
Andy, I don't want to go to the cafe. I need to talk about this in private, OK?
Yeah. So what time's the operation, then?
Fitting a pacemaker is hardly an operation these days. Just a minor medical procedure.
Well, you'll still need to take things easy for a while.
Naturally.
No, Dad. This time you have to mean it. You've flirted with death enough. Next time you might not be so lucky.
I've had enough lectures from doctors, thank you.
Yeah, that's because we all know you've been too stubborn to listen in the past. The best way you can help me is by staying healthy. I can handle the Kings. You taught me enough for that.
I'm glad to hear it. The procedure is scheduled for 10. I shall be able to have visitors again after lunch.
I'll see you then. Good luck.
I don't want you to think I'm out to cause trouble, OK?
Why would I think that?
Well, I can't pretend it didn't hurt the way Joe broke us up, can I?
Well, that's all ancient history. I'm not going over all that again.
Maybe you're right. I told you what she was like then and you wouldn't listen. Looks like you're still not ready to hear it.
She's my wife. I'm not just going to sit here while you slag her off.
I'm doing this, Andy, because you and me meant something to each other once. I thought I ought to warn you what she's been up to, but seems I was wrong. But you chose her. You can sort it out for yourself.
Katie.
Someone's used my shampoo and conditioner. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's somebody leaving the lid off the peanut butter.
That was me. Sorry.
It's my magazine, isn't it? I was going to read that this morning.
You got a problem, Val?
No, just wondering on how long you're planning to stay in.
Only been here one night.
Doesn't time fly when you're having fun?
Of course, you're very welcome to stay for a short time now. Until you find somewhere else, eh?
Well, that shouldn't be long. There's a perfectly good bed and breakfast up the road.
I'm going to work.
Can you not make an effort just to be nice to her for a few days?
I don't think so. Because once she gets comfy, there'll be no getting rid of her.
Perhaps it might be a good idea if you can try and broker some sort of peace between her and her old man.
What are you doing here?
Come to collect my stuff?
I don't want you in our house. I'll box it up and send it on.
That's a bit petty, isn't it? We both know how things are in business. Some you win, some you lose.
Having just visited my father in hospital, I can't really see it that way.
What are you talking about?
He had a heart attack yesterday. He's having a pacemaker fitted this morning. Please, don't pretend you care. It was you that caused it.
Look, I didn't mean to upset you. It's just...
Well, like you said, there's no point digging up ancient history.
So I changed your mind.
Debbie Dingle.
You can't trust anything that little cow says.
Well, you better hope everyone else feels the same, Andy, because according to her, you've been beating Joe up. She wanted to know if you've ever hit me.
Well, I hope you put her straight.
Well, I tried. I told her you've never been violent with me, but I don't think she believed it. She seems to think you and Joe have been going through a difficult time. But I guess she got that wrong too, seeing as you're so keen to defend Joe.
Well, we have had a few rows lately, I admit that, but... I never hit Joe. I never hit any woman. You've got to believe me.
I do, Andy, I do. But you know what this village is like. People always say there's no smoke without fire. But you've got to stop Joe before these rumours start spreading.
I'm really sorry about what happened.
You should be.
You must have known he'd be upset about that book.
Thank you, Brenda. We would rather discuss this in private.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Well, I think we have to. Look, Nicola is really sorry too. She never wanted to hurt you.
Look, please don't insult my intelligence. I've known my daughter long enough to understand her motives. I imagine she sent you.
No. I just hate seeing you two like this.
Well, I can't imagine her being worried about that. Unless, of course, she wants something else from me. Another book. A loan to cover her expenses until the money comes through.
I just want things to be right between you.
Yeah. You're several years too late for that. But I'm more disappointed in you than I am in her. I've always known deep down what she's like, but I'd hoped that you had a bit more decency. I thought when you came to visit that you wanted to be friends. I didn't realize that you were plotting against me.
Can I get you another coffee?
No, thanks. I need some fresh air.
Take it easy. Take it easy. I've just done this. I'm sorry about the mess. I'll clear up later.
Oh, don't worry, I'll do it.
What? What are you... You shouldn't be doing housework. You just got out of hospital.
I feel fine. I just want to make my house my own again.
No. Steady. I know you don't like me fussing over you, but you got to take it one step at a time. You know, it's your first day back. You don't want to tire yourself out.
I just want to clear the pots and stuff. I'll save the gymnastics till tomorrow.
What? No. Don't even think. Don't be ridiculous. Come and sit down. Sit down. And you tell me what needs doing. Hoovering, washing up, whatever.
You've got to get to work soon.
Yeah, well, I thought I might ask for the day off.
Oh, no, you've already had too many days off.
I know, but you need looking after.
If I needed 24-hour care, they wouldn't have let me out of hospital. Look, I just want to get my life back to normal. Please, let me do this in my own way.
Okay, but I'll be on my mobile, all right? So you just call me if there's any problems, and I'll be on between shifts.
Okay, thanks. Mwah.
Right. That's everything.
You've got to understand, I didn't want things to turn out like this. At least tell me what ward your dad's in so I can go and visit.
No, there's really no need. You've already got what you wanted out of him. A big cheque.
That's not why I joined the company. Maybe if you'd made more of an effort to get along, things would have turned out differently.
What, so now you're saying it's my fault?
Oh, come on, you were trying to get me out from the start. You just wanted to get your own hands on your dad's business.
If you really think I wanted it this way, then you don't understand what families are about.
I know all about family loyalty. Our father drummed it into us from birth.
Well, it's a shame you never learned then. From now on, everything I do is for my father.
I heard you were out today. I thought I'd drop by and say welcome back.
That's very kind of you.
Aren't you going to invite me in for a cup of tea or something?
I don't think that's a good idea. I've told you, I love my husband. I've got everything I want in this house. I'm certainly not going to risk losing all that for you.
Maybe you're losing something more important.
I've made my choice.
Okay, then I'll go along with it, but you're going to find keeping the lid on those feelings is a lot harder than you think.
I saw you with Andy. But I didn't realise we had to ask for your permission, Joe. We were married once.
Yeah, I'm hardly likely to forget that, am I?
What, are you saying you're still jealous?
Are you saying I've got reason to be?
I'm not like you, Joe. I don't chase after other women's husbands.
That's funny, because I'm sure Grayson was married before you got your claws into him.
Well, I don't expect you to understand about surrogacy, okay? You probably can't even spell the word.
I can spell bitch, though. I want to know what you're talking to Andy about.
I think he wants to talk to you about that himself. He's not very pleased with you. I'll leave it to him to sort it out.
Shadrach. What can I do for you?
Oh, not me. I was taking our Belle to sports day. She insisted on coming here first.
I was worried about you.
Wow, well, that's very kind of you, but there's no need. I'm fine.
Are you sure? I know that Nicola upset you.
Yeah, well, I'm used to that by now. Thanks, Tito. Look, if you don't mind, I've got things to do.
Now you've done your good deed, I need a six-pack on the way.
Farmy stuff. Paddy gives the inside story of a stud bull.
Now you're just being silly.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, she's trying to write an article, but she can't think of anything to write.
I'm starting to lose the will to live.
Well, why don't you just call them and ask if they need anything chasing up, Cass?
Because, Jake, that's not how it works.
No, but it's the best idea we've had yet.
Mwah. What's all that?
I've been talking to James. He wasn't very happy with how the reading went.
Not surprising.
Wants the third book completely reworked.
Look, I did try talking to your dad.
I'm guessing there's no chance of getting him to do the rewrites.
He's really upset about all this, Nicola.
So am I. I had to rewrite the second book all on my own, so I know how much work it'll be.
You need to make a real effort to put things right with your dad.
I'm busy right now.
What can I get you, sir?
I've not come for a drink. I've come for a talk.
Yeah, Katie said you had things on your mind.
Same again when you're ready, please, Joe.
Coming up.
You look like you've lost £1 and found a penny. Things not going too well up at the farm.
I thought you wanted to talk.
Not in front of her. I'll see you when you get home.
Oh, just a little ray of sunshine, isn't it?
What are you doing here?
I was worried about you.
My condition has nothing to do with you.
I know you feel like I let you down. I'd probably feel the same in your position.
Don't presume to know my feelings, when clearly we're not as close as I once imagined.
That doesn't mean I don't care about you.
And spare me the sanctimonious hand-wringing. But I hate to think either of us had gone soft.
I hope you can at least understand why I went back to my brothers.
You made a business decision. I've done that kind of thing all my life. Only time will tell if you made the right choice.
I told you to leave us alone.
I'm sorry. I just needed to...
You know, my dad had a pacemaker fitted this morning. Maybe you thought if you upset him again, you could finish him off.
You've got me all wrong. I was worried about him.
Then the best thing you can do is to leave him alone. Now! Leave, or I will have security throw you out. I'm sorry he bothered you.
On the contrary, I found his visit quite amusing. Especially when you threatened him with security.
Well, I'll be threatening him with a lot more than that by the time I finish with him.
I'm glad to hear it. Remember, if we want to demolish the Kings, we need to keep some lines of communication open.
Any chance of a coffee?
Yeah, sure. Help yourself, should still be hot.
Do you ever wish you were single again?
Why'd I do that? I love Donna.
Yeah, but you must have your ups and downs.
Oh, yeah, plenty. Whoa, you know, every couple does. All that happy ever after stuff's just storybooks, isn't it?
I don't just mean rowing over the washing up, though. I mean, do you ever sometimes just think it was a big mistake getting married at all?
Once or twice, but... I'll tell you what's worse. Sometimes I wonder if Donna's the one who's made the mistake. I worry that I'm not making her happy.
What do you do about it?
If you love somebody, you work through it, don't you, together? I'm not pretending it's easy, though.
Yeah, but when you're single, you can just walk away from it all. When the going gets tough, it's time to get going. That used to be my motto.
Yeah, don't make you happy, though. And making up's the best part. I'm sure you and Andy will see that if you're going through a rough time at the moment.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'll stop and chat, but table 5's waiting.
About time you showed your face. Michael Grantham started to show dividends.
We need somebody to go to Brussels to finalise the details. Thought you might like to do it since it's your contact.
Are you listening, Carlos?
Sorry, I've got things on my mind. Donald's had a heart attack. He's in hospital having a pacemaker fitted.
That'll keep him off our backs for a bit.
I could do the Brussels trip.
Oh, yeah? Want to check out the nightlife?
I just thought Carl might not feel up to it.
Oh. His contact, his trip. That's the way this team works. No room for sentiment in business.
Matt's right. I'll go home and get packed. Give Lexi the good news.
You sure that's a good idea?
Might be better for him to be out the village till the dust settles. We don't want him to start getting regrets.
You're all heart, man.
Well, you better believe it. Which is why I'm planning to see de Souza myself. You know, Carl is the one they blame. And he always knows that I've only ever been interested in the deal, which is why I stand better chance of smoothing it over with her.
I hope you've been taking it easy while we're gone.
Yeah. And I've been doing a lot of thinking. I know that you've never really been happy about me being in the police, especially after what's happened.
Well, we've already talked this through, and I thought we agreed what's important is it's what you want. And I want you to be happy.
I've decided I could be just as happy at home. And I definitely don't want to go back, Marlon.
But you'll probably feel differently in a day or two.
No, I'm sure. I'm going to resign. I know we'll miss my wages, but there's going to be plenty of work at the shop and cafe to make up for that.
I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about you. I don't want you doing this for me. You know, you've been through a lot, and maybe when the dust settles, you might start to regret giving it all up, and then you might start to resent me for what you've lost.
No, it's not going to be like that. I'm not just doing this for you, I'm doing this for me. Maybe I've just fallen out of love with police work. It's just not what I want anymore. I've made my mind up.
Well, if that's what you really think, maybe it's the best for both of us.
I guess I should have seen it coming. But I always want to see the best in her.
Yes, and she plays on that. The only person Nicola really cares about is Nicola.
Maybe I just don't want to see it. I must have been a really lousy father to produce a daughter like that.
No one's perfect, eh? Well, I guess I wasn't exactly the son you wanted either.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Me too. Do you want me to talk to her for you?
There's no point. I've really given up on her this time.
Right, you've got about half an hour before your deadline.
Don't need it, because it's done.
Oh.
Oh, hey, thanks.
And what did I do?
Oh, the courier wanted a piece on happy hours for the pub page.
Oh, so when you're world-famous author, you'll have me to thank for getting you started then.
Yeah, that might take a while, but hey, in the meantime, I've got Skipdale Dog Show to look forward to.
You're late.
I had to go for a walk. I had things to think about.
Guilty conscience?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Why should I feel guilty?
I saw you with Katie this morning. And when I tried to talk to her about it, she seemed very pleased with herself.
What are you trying to say?
I thought you chose me. Seems like you still can't stay away from her, eh?
You think there's something going on between me and Katie?
Why not? You accuse me of having affairs with everyone I speak to. I've got more reason to be suspicious over her.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? You know, sometimes I think you just chose me to punish her for what she did with Robert. You still haven't managed to get her out your system, have you?
There's nothing going on between me and Katie. We're talking about you.
Well, that doesn't make me feel any better. Because if it was Kate, you were probably slagging me off.
Well, after what you've been saying about me, you deserve it.
What are you talking about?
Don't try and play the innocent, Joel. I know exactly what you've been up to. Tar, just thought I'd take her back a little treat. It's really good to have her home.
How's she feeling?
Yeah, much better than I expected. Obviously done a bit of thinking while she was in hospital. Came to a few decisions.
What do you mean?
She decided she's going to leave the police.
No, but she said that before and never gone through with it.
Well, this time I think she means it. She told me she's fallen out of love with police work.
But she adores the job.
That's what I thought. But she says it's just not what she wants anymore.
Well, it all seems a bit sudden. Maybe she should take a day or two, think it over.
No. She says she doesn't need to, so...
Oh, well, I think it's great news. I expect it'll mean she'll be working here full-time with me soon.
I guess so.
Oh, we'll have this place running like clockwork between us.
But she's a great copper. I mean, dishing out coffees and cakes is hardly a career, is it?
Well, some of us enjoy it.
And it'll certainly be a relief to me, after everything that's happened. I always thought that job was way too dangerous. And I know you're going to miss her as a colleague, but I think it's for the best.
I suppose so, if that's what she really wants.
I don't understand you anymore, Joe. You know how hard I've been trying to put things right between us, and all along you've been bad-mouthing me behind my back?
That's not true.
You told Debbie I've been hitting you!
I never meant it for it to come out like it did.
Stop lying!
Look, this is all because of that picture that Sarah drew. Debbie wanted to know why I was crying.
More lies!
Yes! I've told lies! Because I'm too ashamed to admit what's really going on.
Well, at least I've been trying to put things right. You've been trying to stir up trouble.
Why can't you see what you're doing to me?
Because I can see exactly what you're doing to us. That's why you went to Debbie. Because she's the only person who could back you up against me.
That's not true.
You've been cooking up a plan between you, haven't you?
No.
You're going to take Sarah away from me, aren't you?
Andy, stop it. You're hurting me.
Not until you tell me the truth.
Andy, stop it. I'm pregnant.
What?
I'm pregnant. I did the test this morning. I thought I told you to stay away.
I'm trying to stop you from making a big mistake.
What are you talking about?
You can't quit the force. You're a born copper.
There's plenty of other jobs that I can do that are much less hassle.
What's the real reason you're doing this, Donna?
I don't have to explain myself to you.
I think you do. I think it's because you don't trust yourself being alone with me every day.
Don't flatter yourself. You're not that irresistible. I just fancied a change.
Okay, well, I hope that's the truth. I feel bad enough about what's happened. I'd hate to think it was my fault you're giving up a career you're made for.
Well, it's my decision and I'm sticking to it. You're just somebody I used to work with.
I can't understand how you're pregnant if you wouldn't stop taking the pill.
I missed one a few weeks back. Thought I'd be okay until I realised how late I was, so I did a test.
And it was positive?
Yeah. It was an accident, Andy. I'm sorry. Please don't be angry with me.
Angry? I'm thrilled. I tried to tell you this is what we needed, but you wouldn't listen to me. I know it's not how you wanted it, but you'll see that I'm right. Everything is going to be different now. Everything's going to be fine.
Well, I've just spoken to your consultant, and he's anxious for you to take things easy.
I wasn't planning on entering the Great North Run.
No, well, I'm more worried about you setting up meetings and checking stock prices.
As if.
We're lucky that Carl didn't set your blood pressure off.
I thought I was quite calm about it. You see, I'm a reformed character.
Oh, yeah. Believe that when I see it. You know, when I was at school, all the other kids thought Monopoly was a board game. You saw it as training for building up a property portfolio.
Don't you have any happy memories of childhood?
Loads. I loved every minute of it. Actually, looking back, I just wish I had more time to be a child.
And I wish I'd spent more time being a dad. I'm glad we got this chance to get to know each other again.
Yeah. So am I.
Hi. I'm sorry if I've come at a bad time.
Dad needs his rest. He won't be able to see you today.
Let's not be hasty, Anna. I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Here. Leave that. You ought to be taking things easy.
You'll only moan when your washing doesn't get done.
Well, give me some credit. I know how to use a washing machine.
All right. Well, you can finish it off when I do my next shift then.
You're only supposed to be doing one a week. Now you're doing two in the same day.
Yeah, I know, but we need the money.
Well, I still think you need to relax more. Anyway, sit down and eat this.
I'm really not hungry.
I bet you didn't have any lunch at the pub, did you?
Yeah, I had some toast.
Well, that's not enough. You're eating for two now. There's no point in dieting. You'll be twice the size in a few months. Is that okay, or do you want to get something else?
No, it's fine, Andy. I'm just not used to you fussing over me like this.
Well, get used to it. This is how it's going to be until the baby comes.
I'm not ill. I'm pregnant. You won't even notice a bump for weeks yet, anyway.
I know, it doesn't stop us planning things, though. Do you want a tea or a coffee?
Coffee, thanks.
Right. Won't be a minute.
I'm sorry if Cal's visit upset you, but he was just concerned to hear about what happened.
Well, we don't need his concern.
I understand you feeling that way, which is why I'm sending him on a business trip tomorrow, so he won't be around to bother you for a while.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you.
I really don't want there to be bad feeling between us. I'm a businessman, Donald, same as you. And I'm sure you've cut corners and left casualties in your deals over the years. And you've been a success. So I'm guessing that you've won more than you've lost. We could go on like that, hitting back at each other, tit for tat. But this is a small village, and there'll be times when we have interests in common. So it might be better to cooperate.
Do you think we'd trust you?
Not at all. Same as I wouldn't trust you. That's why we have solicitors and watertight contracts. All I'm suggesting is there'll be times when cutting costs is going to be better than cutting throats. So us working together might still be the best option.
That's a very interesting proposition. But I'm afraid you're making it to the wrong person. I'm stepping back from the business, taking it easier. You need to make your proposal to Anna.
I hardly think this is the time or the place.
And maybe not, but at least we need to discuss Matthew's ideas before we come to a conclusion. We'll let you know what we decide.
That's all I can ask.
Guess what I found in the attic? All Sarah's baby stuff. I mean, I guess we'll have to buy new if it's a boy, but...
You're getting a bit ahead of yourself, aren't you?
I'm just excited. And I know Sarah will be as well.
Oh, Andy, it's a bit too soon to tell her.
Why? She already told us that she wants a baby sister. Sasha Bunny Boo, remember?
It's just I don't want to tempt fate, and a lot can go wrong with early pregnancies.
Well, I learned that the hard way with Katie.
See? So you agree that we should wait until we know everything's all right?
Well, Dr. Abbott's having a surgery in the village today. Maybe we should go and see her.
Doctors don't do pregnancy testing anymore. And anyway, I've already done a shop one.
Yeah, but just have a check-up, though.
Look, I'm only a few weeks gone. Plenty of time for that next month.
Well, I'll book you an appointment. Just to be on the safe side, eh?
You can't seriously be considering working with Matthew now.
I'm seriously considering letting him think we might.
So you're keeping the channels of communication open?
He's a better route than Carl.
But he's just admitted that we can't trust him, and he doesn't trust us.
He doesn't have to. I suspect his judgment may become clouded by the fact that he likes you. You can't pretend you haven't noticed.
No, of course I've noticed, but I was quite hard on him when I turned him down, and he's not going to forget that.
I'm sure you could use all that chemistry to make him try again.
And how far do you expect this chemistry to take us?
That's up to you. The sooner you can reel him in, the sooner we can spit him out. What's your problem? You said you'd do all it takes to bring the Kings down.
I thought we were talking about business deals. I didn't realize we were going this way.
Yeah.
Ta. Bet your Donna's glad to be home.
Seems to be. Perhaps she saw police, decided to quit the police.
Hey. Bet that's a relief, mind. I know you're always worried about her being in dangerous situations.
Yeah. Yeah, things are definitely on the up.
You'll miss the money she brings in, though. Have you thought about taking in a lodger to make up the shortfall?
Not really.
Nicola's looking for somewhere to stay.
It'll be a long time before we're that desperate.
Hey. Oh, yours is on the side.
Oh, thanks.
Things any better at home?
Don't tell us you and Andy have had another row.
Just the opposite. He's been fussing over us all afternoon.
Has it? Oh, see, I told you making it with the best part.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't seem so pleased about it.
Oh, it's just I feel a bit under the weather, that's all. You don't mind if I take half an hour off later, do you? It's just Andy's fixed me a doctor's appointment.
You shouldn't be at work if you're ill.
Oh, it's nothing serious. I just haven't been sleeping too well.
Oh, well, slip away when you need to. Paul can manage it on his own.
Thanks.
So, £1.80, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you heard of any rooms to let locally?
Depends who it's for.
For me?
I thought you were happy here.
Yeah, I have been. I just don't want to outstay my welcome. I reckon it's time I moved on.
Well, in that case, I might be able to help you. Because, to be honest, I've been finding the rent for Victoria Cottage a bit of a struggle since Johnny...
Sounds like the perfect answer. You're the one bloke I can move in with without setting village tongues wagging. You have got yourself a deal.
Hey.
Mwah. How have you been getting on with Andy? Ever better? Really? And he seemed a bit put out when I spoke to him. Well, I guess I ought to thank you for all that marriage guidance, eh? Or maybe he's just grateful I won't sleep with his brother.
Do you like the article? It's going to be in tomorrow.
Oh, that's good news, isn't it?
I'm not so sure. Even I thought it was boring.
Well, it's hard to be exciting about happy hour in the woolly. Hey, maybe the Skipdale dog show will be more fun.
I want to be doing bigger stories. Anyway, I'm meeting McNally later. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that he's going to put in a good word for me.
I need to talk to you.
What about?
Private.
Oh, okay, I was just going anyway.
You've been stirring up trouble for me.
Do you know what you mean?
You told Katie I've been hitting Joe.
You saying it's not true?
Well, not like you said.
So Joe must be lying then?
We'd had a row and it got a bit out of hand. We both had a few drinks. She got hurt, but it was an accident. We sorted everything out now. She knows that nothing like that will ever happen again.
Till the next time.
Debbie, it's not like that. Me and Joe are closer than ever. We started to make plans. We've got things to look forward to. If you start shooting your mouth off, you're going to ruin all that.
So, well, you can move your stuff in whenever you're ready.
Well, thank you. I'm really excited now.
Single malt, please, Paul. Coming up. So, you're moving on then?
Yes. After everything that's happened, I thought I was ready for a fresh start.
Good idea. Things will be tough now, though, that Johnny's gone.
Well, I'll just have to work a bit harder then, won't I? Look, you know I don't have the money to pay out wages right now.
Thanks. Well, I could lend you some till things pick up.
Not while you're waiting for that make or break deal that could clean you out, Matthew. No.
Cal's finalising things now. Should bring the cash rolling back.
Why would he lend it to me?
Because I admired the way that you stood up for yourself when I threw those few challenges at you over the stables.
Well, that worked out well for both of us.
Exactly. Which is why I'm ready to lend you what you want now. No interest, no strings. You'll never get a better offer.
Well, it's very kind, Matthew. But I want to do this on my own. What, good news?
Could be. I've got a feeling my luck's about to change.
Look, I've explained what happened. Why won't you believe me?
Maybe I know you too well. I've got good reason not to trust you.
I know we've had our differences, Debbie, but I thought we sorted that. For Sarah's sake.
Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned her, because that's what really worries me in all this. Do you know what, Andy? If you and Joe want to knock bits off each other, that's your business. But I'm not going to let Sarah get caught in the crossfire.
Well, if you really want to help Sarah, stop spreading these rumours then.
Now you're really not making any sense.
Sarah's got a good life with us and it's going to get better.
And why should I believe that?
Because she's got a little brother or sister on the way.
What?
That's what we're so happy about. We've been trying for ages, now it's finally happened. We're going to be the proper family we've always wanted. So please, Debbie, don't spoil it for us.
Must be time for your appointment. Andy's here.
You know, I don't have to go for a while if you need me.
Don't be silly. We're not busy. He can manage.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ain't young love grand.
Must be the happy pills.
You're just out of order. Cheeky, in fact. Cheeky McCheekerson. Cheeky fella.
Mind if I join you?
Fine. Do you want a drink?
Pint of best, cheers.
Right, I'll get it.
Can't have you doing that. You've already told us how hard up you are at the moment.
Doesn't stop me buying my round, does it, eh?
Hey, come on then.
Bit young for you, isn't she?
Kelly Windsor. Anyway, it's a business relationship. Purely platonic.
Like I believe that.
The truth. Anyway, I'm off to meet another lady in a bit.
Anyone I know?
Well, you're interested. I thought you'd given up on women.
Doesn't stop me keeping an eye on my little brother.
Well, you can forget this one. Classy type. Way out your league, Jimbo.
Look, if anyone asks why I'm here, just say it's because of a cold.
You are pleased about it, though, are you?
Yeah, of course I am, but like I told you, it's too soon to start announcing it. You know what the village gossips are like.
Look, don't worry. I promise I won't tell anyone. Anyway, I want to ask the doctor some questions.
Well, there's plenty of time for that. Look, Andy, don't be offended, but I'd rather just go in on my own right now.
Why don't you want me there?
There's just some things a girl likes to keep private. There's questions that I'd rather ask woman to woman, and I'd be embarrassed if you were there. Look, you said you were going to be supportive through this.
Yeah, of course. I'll leave you to it then. You will call me as soon as she confirms it, won't you?
Yeah, I promise.
Right.
Mrs. Ogden?
Have you got rid of Nicola yet?
Just be a little bit more patient with her, just for a few more days. She and her old man will sort out their differences then.
I wouldn't hold your breath waiting on that. My guess is that hell will freeze over first.
So, what did you think of my article?
Well, you were lucky there was no real news about it. They'd never be printing it.
Well, I could do a lot better if they'd actually let me have a big story.
Come on. You had one right in front of you and you never took the chance.
What do you mean?
Well, I reckon one of the Nationals would have paid for the inside dirt and Laurel and Ashley. My baby swap agony. Come on.
I couldn't do that to them.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why you'll never make a reporter, Jasmine. You haven't got the stomach for it. Thanks for the drink.
Take no notice of that sleaze. If being a reporter means you got to be anything like him, you're better off out of it.
Oh, no. I'll show him. I'm going to get my big story, but I'm going to do it my way.
Well, you seem in excellent health.
Good.
You're very tense, though.
I've just got a lot on my mind.
Anything you need to talk to me about?
No, I think I'll have to get through this one on my own.
Well, come and see me again if it hasn't cleared up in a week or so. Although it does seem to be getting better already. You haven't coughed once since you've been in surgery.
Oh, well, it must have been one of those 24-hour bugs. Thanks, Doctor.
It would make things a lot easier if Nicola moved out. She's got nowhere else to go. Then why don't you take her away for a few days?
Are you going to pay for that?
There's a tent in the loft. Sure, she'd enjoy a bit of camping.
How did it go?
Said I'm in excellent health and there's nothing to worry about.
Brilliant. Auntie and Joe seem happy about something.
But expect the patter of tiny feet. Jo's pregnant.
This calls for celebration.
Oh, no, we said that we were going to keep it quiet.
But I want to tell everybody.
No, you can't. Look, Andy, I need to talk to you, but not you. I need to tell you something in private.
Congratulations.
What's he on about?
Jo's pregnant.
There's no point hiding it anymore, is there? Jo's pregnant, everybody.
You look $1 million. Is that for my benefit?
Not really. Just looking in on my way to a night out.
Oh, you thought I was worth interrupting your date for? What's he like?
You worried about the competition?
Only for you. Now that you're officially taking over the business, you're probably going to get all sorts of unsuitable blokes chasing after you.
You think there could be anyone more unsuitable than you?
I hope not. I always like to be number one. So did you and your dad discuss my proposal?
Yes. And I've decided not to blame you over the Michael Grantham contract. Well, like you said, business is business.
Very generous of you. Does this goodwill extend to Cal too? Didn't think so.
Well, business is one thing, betrayal is another. Carl may need to find that out the hard way.
Is that a threat?
Not to you. Well, I wouldn't want it to get in the way of any business we've done or might do together. Do you have a problem with that?
Not at all. I think we understand each other perfectly. Is there something wrong?
No. I'm just glad we've been able to sort things out.
Me too. We should have a drink on it. That is, if you're not in too much of a rush to get to your date.
Well, yeah. I guess one drink wouldn't do any harm.
Ladies and gentlemen, a toast. The happy couple, Jo and Andy. Jo and Andy.
I suppose I better offer my congratulations.
Thanks.
I can't pretend we're ever going to be friends again, but I do hope it brings you two together.
Well, here's to new business ventures.
May they all be profitable. Oh, no, I really ought to be going.
Well, can't you make some excuse to your mystery date?
Why would I want to do that?
Because I know a really good restaurant in Harrogate where we could continue our celebration.
And you were the one who was warning me about unsuitable blokes chasing me.
Yeah, but I've never claimed to be anything else. Give me 5 minutes and I'll go and get changed and you can phone your date and put him off.
Have you started thinking about names yet?
Oh, no, it's way too early for that.
Well, if it's a girl, Valerie's really nice.
Well, Eric, if it's a boy.
They certainly wouldn't want it turning out like you pair.
If it's a boy, we're definitely calling it Jack.
Oh, I'll just be a minute.
I told you she shouldn't have had a drink.
Oh, stop fretting. I was always thrown up in early pregnancy. Goes with the territory. She'll probably start getting fancies next. Gherkins with pickles and jam. Coal with butter.
Great news, innit?
I'm not so sure.
Why can't you ever be happy for anyone?
Are you worried about Sarah? I haven't thought through that far.
Oh, well, there's no worries there. Jo loves Sarah, everyone knows that.
Back in a minute. You gonna tell me what's going on?
Debbie, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I can talk you through that bit. You just keep getting bigger and then 9 months later a baby pops out.
I didn't want it to end up like this.
Accident, was it? Yeah, that's how I ended up with his baby as well. Surprise is, though, you let a bloke who's beating you up get that close to you. You should have walked out the door the moment he hit you. Now you've just dug yourself in deeper.
Look, I told you, it's not going to be like that anymore. Andy would never hit me now I'm pregnant.
Oh, right, so that's why you did it. At least I had the guts to give Sarah up. I'd never hide behind her.
That's not what I mean.
I don't think you know what you mean anymore. I've had enough of your games. You've either been lying to me or you're out your brain, but I'm warning you. Either way, I'm not going to let Sarah get dragged into this mess.
Well, next tonight here on ITV1, there's some funny money doing the rounds, and Gina's got a cunning way to uncover the counterfeiters next in The Bill. Over on ITV2 next, Girls Aloud, Sarah Harding drops in to the fashion show.